Arcturian transmissions to our Intergalactic Emissaries Part 3, The Galactic Post Office. October 29, 2014. Our dear emissaries of light assisting dear Gaia home to her true frequency. Yes, rather a long introduction, but to us there is no time and no separation of words. Could you please take a moment of your now to feel our message? You will feel, not the words that we have written, but the carrier wave of unconditional love that transports our messages to you from the very heart of our one. Feel how much we love and support you. Once you acknowledge that you deserve our unconditional love and constant guidance, you will be able to open the frequency waveform of our message. Please allow these messages to enter into your high heart and higher states of consciousness so that you can best translate these waveforms into your 3D language systems. We, yourself in the higher dimensions, are in the process of training our beloved volunteers to become leaders. As you quickly advance into the next era of your reality, it will be vital that there is a certain population of grounded ones who can interface between their true self in the higher dimensions and our 3D Earth vessel. Then, these volunteers can share their message via their Earth vessel self, to send it into Gaia's transmuting inhabitants. Some of you will be leading humans, some animals or the elementals. The elementals will assist with the transmutation of Gaia's earth, air, fire, and water to transmute the third-dimensional planet. The members of our cetacean family will become the leaders of all water worlds. Yes, dear ones, within your now there are many water worlds on Earth. The humans, keepers of the land, and the cetaceans, keepers of the water, will work together to assist Mother Earth with her process of returning to her true vibration. When you combine your personal ascension process with the planetary ascension process, you not only assist Gaia, but Gaia can better assist you. The secret to planetary ascension is unity consciousness with all life. That means all life, including those whom you have perceived as your enemy. Everyone has inner light, no matter how small it may appear. If they did not have inner light, they would die. Even though you may be unaware of it, it is your own inner light that allows your consciousness to remain within your earth vessel. As you, our interdimensional emissaries, awaken to your innate ability to serve in tandem with the higher expressions of your multidimensional self, you will return to your ascended consciousness while still wearing your earth vessel. We understand how difficult this task appears to your 3D consciousness, which is why we are urging you all to allow us to assist you in remembering how to connect, and remain connected, with your multidimensional self. Dear Arcturians, I was unable to complete the above message to us, the interdimensional emissaries, but I have now meditated and wish to continue where we left off. Please assist me to remember what you just told us in my meditation. Dear emissaries, we happily repeat our message to your current state of consciousness, which is slightly lower than your consciousness before. However, via this state of consciousness you are more able to experience both the worlds of the physical, as well as the worlds of the divine. We were saying to our dear emissaries that it is the now for all of you to fully awaken to your true, multidimensional self. We, the members of your galactic and celestial families, are calling you into active duty. By active duty we mean that it is the now for you to actively live the mission that you created for yourself before you took this incarnation. But, what is my mission, you may ask? I cannot remember it. That is fine, our dear family members, you do not need to remember your mission in your third, fourth dimensional consciousness. You are wise enough to forget that secret to your lower states of consciousness until it was the now to fulfill it. You have been living in a reality filled with lies and illusions. Hence, in order to keep your mission pure, you have hidden it from your mundane consciousness. We see that more and more of you have expanded your consciousness into the fifth dimension and beyond. Hence, you are remembering your missions more each day. It was always meant that you did not remember yourself until you could hide in plain sight within your own light body. We understand that your physical perceptions cannot see your light body. How could they? These lower perceptions are only calibrated to Gaia's physical world. Now that you, our dear volunteers, are awakening to your fifth-dimensional consciousness, you are vaguely, and/or clearly, perceiving the reason why you chose to enter an earth vessel during this now of great transmutation. You are beginning to have these higher thoughts, emotions and perceptions because your consciousness is wavering into and out of the fifth dimension and beyond. We have been overlighting you since you took this form to protect you as much as possible, as well as to guide you when you could perceive us. You have known us by many names, and we gladly accept them all. We are not encumbered with the third-dimensional ego, so we do not care by which means you have extended your consciousness into the higher worlds. We are just joyous that you have remembered that you are much more than the clay vessel you are wearing. As you extend your consciousness to us, your consciousness expands even further. As you may have noticed, as your consciousness expands, you begin to see your reality from a higher perspective. What was once impossible becomes your life goal, and that which once pulled you into the mire of forgetfulness is daily diminishing. The events that lowered your consciousness and forced you into illusion were well planned by the ones who are afraid to change. These ones are within the spectrum of power over others, and can only gauge their own power by feeling the power of domination over others. These lost ones are losing more power each day. Every one of you who expands your consciousness into the higher fourth and fifth dimension is far beyond their psychic reach. Then, when you send them unconditional love, you completely disorient them. They have based their lives on having total control over everyone and everything that they have. When you send them unconditional love, you confuse their matrix of behavior, and they do not know how to respond. Fortunately, more and more of them are beginning to look up into the light to find the source of this unique experience. Those who live in anger and domination secretly desire love and friendship. They have been trained to be selfish and mean to others. Hence, you can retrain them by sending them unconditional love and kindness. You do not need to do this personally, and they will never know how they are receiving this assistance, or from whom. Some of them will resist the healing power of your unconditional love, but others will happily accept it. You see, many of our very brave volunteers have chosen to work with the darkness from the inside. Some of them have become temporarily lost within the very darkness they have chosen to heal, but they will be returned to the higher dimensions to be fully healed. We talk to you now about the darkness, for you are coming into a now in which there are immense opportunities for change. Some of you will light the way into the higher dimensions of reality, some of you will assist in bringing order to the great chaos of change, and some of you will have decided to work toward healing the dark ones. Because your world is on the cusp of great change, the dark ones who have ruled via fear, war, famine and man-made physical disasters are becoming very frightened. Inside, they know that their reign is coming to a conclusion, and the only thing they cannot fight is your unconditional love. While you are sending unconditional love instead of fear and anger to those who have invisibly ruled your reality, you are also dispensing the glorious gift of unconditional love to every other person, place, situation and thing. Yes, our things are alive with the essence of the human who has used them. You are all called upon to be members of our cleanup team. You will be cleaning up the lower frequencies of reality by releasing them from your reality with your unconditional love. We hear your collective question of, why are we releasing them? Shouldn't we be conquering them? We remind you, dear multidimensional family, conquering is what they have done to you. If you return the darkness that has been done to you to the ones who have sent it, you have created an alliance with that darkness. That is their shadiest trick. The one thing that they cannot do is to make you act like them, unless you assist them. If you do to them what they did to you, then you are acting like them, and they have caught you in their web of darkness. While you are wearing your earth vessel, the physical world seems very important. Your physical perceptions cannot perceive the streams of higher frequency light that are entering your reality more and more each day. Your physical sense cannot hear our constant guidance, nor feel our continual unconditional love. Without the knowledge of the multidimensional light and unconditional love that constantly washes over and through you, you feel trapped and alone on a hostile planet. This our beloved ones, is why we are sending these transmissions directly into you, the members of our celestial and galactic family. So many of our volunteers have become confused and temporarily lost to the physical reality that they came to heal. Therefore, we are dedicating our energies to communicating with those of you who are still awake to yourself. The process of planetary ascension is much like a long-distance race. Those who started out too fast became too tired to continue. However, there is the van that follows behind the race to pick up those who can go no further. Those who must rest will be cared for until they can rejoin the race. Those who are able to consistently continue in the race have learned that this is not a race they need to win. Instead, this is a race they want to complete. To complete this race they need to pace themselves. They need to rest when they are tired, eat when they are hungry, and make friends with the other people in the race. This is a race back to yourself that you want to complete. Do not be concerned about those who fell out of the race and were picked up by the van. They will return to this wonderful group endeavor once they have rested. These people have not yet found the pace that they can keep over a long duration of your time. Dear family, we remind you to take good care of your earth vessel. The human earth vessel is very fragile compared to your true light body, and needs to be fed, cleaned, rested and nourished with love and laughter. In closing, dear family members, we remind you that you must carefully attend to your earth vessel on a regular basis. Please remember that deep inside the spinal column of your physical earth vessel is your multidimensional light body. We send our messages into this inner light body so that you can clearly receive them. Then, when you have time to meditate, you can go into your light body to retrieve the messages, as well as the unconditional love and multidimensional light that we constantly send you within the now. We realize that your earth vessel is bound by time and space. Hence, you will only be able to receive our messages when you have the time to go into a space where you can meditate to expand your consciousness into the higher frequencies of light. After meditating, your consciousness will be expanded enough to turn around inside yourself to receive any personal messages that your multidimensional self have posted in your fifth dimensional light body. In this manner, your light body is similar to a post office, in which you pick up any messages that your higher expressions of self have delivered from beyond time and space. Please remember, we are always with you. You can always communicate with us. For we, your galactic and celestial family, are always with you. Blessings. We are the Arcturian members of your true self. We shall return to your conscious awareness, as we will never leave. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com